Welcome. Filthy kitchen cooking with the Squadgeman. Now, we're not going to be doing much cooking at the moment, but I've got this here block of cheese, and I'll be honest with you, I hate grating cheese. Don't like it, but I got a block of cheese here, and I've got a cheese grater. And the dilemma is I like having grated cheese, but I don't like doing the grating of the cheese. So I'm gonna do something a little different. I got this here rubber glove. I actually put 2 rubber gloves on if you were paying attention. I've never done this before, but one thing I don't like about grating cheese is I end up grating my fingers. So I'm hoping that this little 2-ply rubber glove is going to make a difference, but will it not? I don't know. Either way, I have to grate the cheese, so I invite you to spend some time with me while I grate the cheese. I find it easier to do things like this when I feel like I'm not alone for some reason. I don't know, maybe that's personality quirk of mine, but I guess misery likes company. So I'm gonna stand here and get busy grating this cheese, and hopefully while I grate the cheese, you guys will spend some time with me and yeah, enjoy the process of cheese grating with me. Grating the cheese, they say. Well, even that little bit of dialogue I did explaining that I don't like grating cheese made it a little easier, because I look now and some of the cheese is grated. Generally, when I get some cheese, I like to grate the whole thing. Maybe keeps the cheese grater cleaner longer. Use it once, clean it. This block of cheese will last me at least a week, I would imagine. I really only eat cheese if I'm eating ground beef or eggs. I do have ground beef in the freezer, but last time I had ground beef, I never ate much of it. I was really sick and tired of ground beef. So I'm gonna take a little break with the ground beef. I do have some eggs there, and I will be cooking some eggs today. So if you don't like this video, you can come back later for an egg cooking video with cheese. This very cheese I'm grating here now. So what I generally do once I get the cheese grated, I put it in a plastic container, what we affectionately call a Tupperware container, even though I don't actually own any Tupperware, and I don't know if I ever did own actual honest to goodness Tupperware brand service, you know, whatever they're called, storage containers. So it's kind of like a photocopier being called a Xerox machine, I guess, or some people call tissues Kleenex. That's not really the way I do things. I don't really call a photocopier a Xerox, or, you know, I don't say Kleenex when I mean tissue. But I know people who do that, and it's quite common, I guess. And I'm sure I do it with some things, you know. I'm sure I do it with some things, but no examples come to mind right now. There's a lot of noise out on the patio. I think it's the pigeons. What they're doing, I have no idea. Maybe I'll take a quick look and see what all this noise is about. Yeah, it's the pigeons, all right. Noisy pigeons, very strange. Anyway, I must say, I don't know what this video is like for you guys. It's probably pretty bizarre and boring watching a guy basically grate some cheese, but I found this to be a very enjoyable way to grate cheese. I would not have liked to be grating this cheese just without feeling like I'm spending some time with you guys. Maybe what I should be doing is inviting some friends over. Maybe if I was rich, I could hire some people to come over and keep me company while I grate cheese. But then, if I had that kind of money, maybe I'd just pay them to grate the cheese for me or buy pre-grated cheese. I can't bring myself to buy pre-grated cheese though. It's quite expensive and yeah. But the fact that such a product exists makes me realize that I'm not the only one who doesn't like grating cheese. But whether people don't like grating cheese because they find it to be, I don't know, I guess lonely, because like I said, I don't mind grating the cheese as much when I feel like you guys are here watching me grate cheese. Yes, I realize the actual grating of the cheese is off camera. And I guess theoretically I could be doing something other than grating cheese and pretending that I'm grating cheese, and you guys wouldn't really know the difference. But check it out, this is all that's left. Almost all the cheese has been grated. I think that was a 400 gram cheese. Well, that's why. I thought this was a 600 gram cheese. So this cheese is only 400 grams, so I guess it grated 20% faster because there's 20% less cheese here. Is that 20%? 20%? 25%? 25% less. 400, 600, 50%. 50% less cheese. 50%, I guess. If you have 400% and you add 50%, then that's 600%, right? If you doubled it, it would be 8. So 50% less cheese. That's probably why it happened so quick. And look, the glove routine, I'm actually quite happy because I grated the whole thing with the glove on and it worked out for me. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if this works. So here's the cheese grater. There's a little cheese around the end. Most of the cheese is now in the actual grater. So isn't that great? Ha 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 ha. A little bit of humor there. And when I say little bit, yes, I mean little bit. So how do I get this tub filled with this cheese without creating a big mess? Well, let's try this. Will this work? Put the cutting board here. Move the grated cheese over. Look, it's raining cheese. Hallelujah. Wow. Paul Schaefer would be very happy. Paul Schaefer would be very happy that I said it's raining cheese. Hallelujah. That sounds like a strange thing to say, but it isn't, because Paul Schaefer, he played a big part in writing that song, It's Raining Men. In fact, he won an Emmy for that. Or a Grammy, sorry. He won a Grammy for that song. Not just Paul Schaefer, I think there were other people involved, but the one and only Grammy
I believe it was the one and only Grammy, the Paul Schaefer one, was for the song It's Raining Men. Hallelujah. Odd song, strange idea, often mocked, but nonetheless, good old Canadian-born Paul Schaefer, Canadian musical icon Paul Schaefer,